Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you guys about the 5 emotions that, if we're not careful, can become cancerous. Stephen Covey talks about the 5 emotional cancers, or he says the 5 emotional monasticizing cancers. And if you're familiar with cancer, which I hope you're not, the word monasticizing just means that the cancer is spreading. Maybe it's in the bone marrow, the cells, the lymph nodes, whatever. But he calls it 5 emotional monasticizing cancers. And I call them the spirit of, the spirit of happiness, the spirit of joy, the spirit of hope. And I want to talk about the 5 emotions or spirits of that Stephen Covey really refers to, these emotions that are geared to the workplace. But I want to take it a step further and talk about how, if we're not careful, there's 5 emotions that we can just let happen in life that can really get out of control and stunt our growth. So the first one is the spirit of criticizing. I've been this way in the past, and if I'm not careful, I can just really go down that road again. But it's the spirit of criticizing. It's the spirit of we want others to look bad so we look good. And we criticize them or situations constantly. That spirit of criticizing can really stem from a low self-esteem, low confidence, but it's the spirit of picking at things or people because we want them to feel bad so we feel good. So it's the spirit of criticizing that can become cancerous. The second one, and I've got 5 of them, the second cancer or emotion or spirit of is the spirit of complaining. Again, been there, done that, and if I'm not keeping that on a short leash, that's going to take over. Complaining. We can complain about all kinds of things. The weather, our vehicle being dirty, the food we eat, our health, our work environment, our family. And if we really dissect that complaining, and if we know that there's nothing we can do about it, it's out of our control. For instance, the weather, that's out of our control. So we can either recognize that we need to stop complaining because we have no control over the situation, or if we do have control, then solve the problem. Be a problem solver. If you're complaining about your weight, then do something about it. You're complaining about your health, do something about it. If you're complaining about your work environment, do something about it. Complaining on its own does nothing but grow into a very bad cancer. So that's my second spirit of emotion. Number 3 is comparing. It's the spirit of comparing. Now, ladies, I don't want to pick on us as a sex, but we have a natural affinity to compare ourselves to other people, other women especially. Be honest, you can say guys do too, and they do, but women especially can compare. And been there, done that. I have to say that it's getting so much better for me. But here's what happens. We can oftentimes say we're cheering on our friends or our acquaintances. I'm there for you. Best wishes. I'm here for you whenever you need me. But sometimes deep down, we're really rooting for their failure. We're rooting for them to fail because it makes us look good. And again, that stems from low self-esteem, low confidence. I train people. I'm a business coach. I'm also a leader on a large team, and I train my team and the people I coach a lot on keep your eyes in your own lane. When people are comparing and really rooting for you to fail, it's their problem, not yours. So be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of who you are. I tell my kids that too. Don't buy in to somebody talking about you or complaining or comparing, because it's their problem, not yours. It's usually low self-esteem and a lack of confidence. So that's the third emotion that you need to really check yourself on. The fourth one is competing. It's the spirit of competing, competition. I love youth sports. I didn't grow up playing sports at all, and when my husband and I had kids, it was really sort of a thorn in my side about getting them involved in sports. But once I really understood that sports can be very good because they learn teamwork, accountability, answering to leadership when the situation's good, because you can have bad situations as well. But sometimes the competition that we grow up with bleeds in to our adulthood, when we think that there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not true. There is room for more than one at the top. There's room for dozens, hundreds, thousands at the top. So it's the spirit, this cancer of comparing, that if we're not careful, can monasticize and go crazy in our life. There doesn't always have to be a loser. There can be many winners. So watch yourself, check yourself, and if you're competing excessively, it's a problem. And the last one, this last spirit or this emotion that we need to keep in check, is the spirit of contending, jockeying for position, vying for position, rooting for someone else to fail so that we can take that upper spot. Watch it, guys. That one can be very can be very sly. You don't even realize that you're contending. So that's my video today. It's the 5 emotions. My challenge for you, and it's for me as well, is to really, if you need to replay this video, do it again, but ask yourself, are you criticizing excessively? Are you complaining about things that are out of your control? If they're in your control, then do something about them. Are you comparing yourself to others? Are you competing? And are you contending? Are you vying or jockeying for first place? If you are, do some introspection and ask yourself, why? Why am I doing that? I do too. And try to get yourself out of that. There's room at the top for many of us. If you got anything out of this video, and you know, maybe you've got a team that you want to share this with, or a specific person, I'd love for you to share it with them. I learn things all the time. I'm a sponge, and I truly believe that we are supposed to learn things and spit it back out. And that's what I'm doing for you today. It's this paying it forward mentality that I love. Fact of the matter is we all have purpose in this world. We all have gifts and talents, and we're not there to hide them, but to share them. So share this video if you got anything out of it. If you liked what you saw and you want to visit my website, it's lynnschrader.com. I do videos like this all the time and blogs like this. And of course, if you'd like to leave a comment below, it would make me feel good that I've actually paid it forward to somebody. So thank you for watching. Again, watch yourself. If you're criticizing, complaining, competing, comparing, or contending for first place or the top spot, ask yourself, what good is that doing? Is it working for you? Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Have a great Tuesday. Enjoy your cup of coffee, and I will talk to you again on Thursday.